You're going to give your brother 15% of this restaurant tonight. My father said it so casually, like he was asking for water. No emotion. No hesitation. Just a demand. I stood there beside table 7, my best table. The one near the window. The one people wait weeks to book, just to see the city lights. And yet, they walked in without a reservation. Without calling. Without asking. Like they still owned me. My father leaned back in his chair, holding a glass of my most expensive wine. He didn't pay for it. Of course he didn't. My mother sat next to him, scrolling on her phone, barely even looking up. Like this was all boring to her. And then there was Tyler, my brother, sitting across from them, arms crossed, relaxed, confident. Like this place already belonged to him. It didn't. It was mine. I built it. Every wall, every light, every detail. From nothing. Say something, my father said, taking a slow sip. I didn't sit down. I stayed standing. Sometimes, even a few inches of height gives you power. You need to leave, I said calmly. I have a full house coming in 20 minutes. My mother sighed, finally putting her phone down. We didn't drive 2 hours for nothing, Ren. Her voice was soft, controlled, practiced. The same tone she used when she wanted to sound reasonable. Just sit. Listen. I didn't move. You came from San Antonio, I said. That's your choice. Tyler chuckled under his breath. Nice place, he said, looking around slowly. Better than I expected. That one sentence. It carried years of disrespect. I ignored him. 15%, my father repeated. This time slower. He pulled out a folded document from his jacket and slid it across the table. We had a lawyer prepare everything. It's clean. You sign. Tyler gets a silent stake, and we're done. I looked at the paper, but I didn't touch it. You hired a lawyer, I said quietly. To take part of my business? We knew you wouldn't answer our calls, he replied. There was a pause. A heavy one. There's a reason for that, I said. My mother leaned forward slightly. Your brother made mistakes, she said gently. He's trying to fix his life. I didn't respond. She gestured around the restaurant. The warm lights, the full tables, the staff moving quickly. You have all of this, she continued. And he has nothing. Then she looked straight at me. Does that feel fair to you? Fair. That word. It hit exactly where she wanted, but she had no idea what fair really meant. Because for 4 years, I had been on my own. For years, without a single call that mattered. For years of building this place piece by piece. While they acted like I didn't exist, Tyler finally looked at me. For a second, just 1 second, I saw something real in his eyes. Not guilt. Not regret. Just discomfort. Then it disappeared, and he leaned back again like nothing happened. Look, he said. I just need a little help. That's it. I let out a slow breath. I need to get back to work, I said. I'll have my manager bring you the bill. We're not leaving, my father said. His voice changed. The softness was gone. Now, it was something else. Something sharper. You owe this family, Ren. I looked at him carefully. No, I said. I don't. He leaned forward. You really want to do this the hard way? He asked quietly. I didn't answer. But then he smiled. And that smile, it wasn't kind. It was a warning. I know people, he continued. Your landlord. Marcus Chin, we go way back. My stomach tightened. One phone call, he said softly. And things can get very difficult for you. There it was. The truth. Not a request. Not family. A threat. I stood there completely still. On the outside calm. On the inside, everything sharp, focused. Because this moment, I had imagined it before. Not exactly like this. Not this table. Not tonight. But something like it. The return. The pressure. The demand. I looked at the clock. Then back at him. Give me until closing, I said. 10 p.m. I'll come back and we'll talk. He leaned back again, satisfied. That's all we're asking. I turned and walked away. Straight into the kitchen. No panic. No fear. Just one clear thought in my mind. This wasn't over. Not even close. I pulled out my phone and sent one message. They're here. Table 7. I need you. 3 dots appeared instantly. Then a reply. On my way. Don't sign anything. I exhaled slowly. Good. Because tonight, they didn't come to take from me. They came. At the wrong time. Diana arrived at exactly 8:45 p.m., right when the dinner rush started to slow down, and the restaurant shifted into that calm late-night rhythm. She walked in like she owned the place. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just controlled. Sharp. The kind of presence that makes people move out of your way without being told. Her silver hair was cut short, neat. Her posture straight. Her eyes alert. She had spent decades in courtrooms. You could tell. I met her near the kitchen and led her straight to my office. The door closed behind us. For a moment, everything went quiet. Then I told her everything. Every word. Every threat. Every detail from that table. She didn't interrupt once. Not when I mentioned the 15%. Not when I told her about Marcus. Not even when I brought up the loan. The one in my name. When I finished, she just sat there slowly turning her coffee cup in her hands. The loan, she said finally. You have proof. Everything, I replied. Credit reports, bank records, payment history. She nodded once. They don't know that you know. No. Another pause. And your father threatened your landlord? Yes. She leaned back slightly. You don't need to worry about Marcus, she said calmly. I speak to him regularly. That alone removed half the pressure. But she wasn't done. You have two options, she continued. You can call the police right now. I stayed silent. Extortion. Trespassing. Threats, she added. I can have them removed in minutes. I thought about it. For a second, it sounded easy. Clean. Simple. But then I shook my head. No, I said. If I do that, they walk away. And everything they've done, I paused, disappears. She studied my face carefully. You want it on record, she said. I want everything on the table, I replied. Another long silence. Then something changed in her expression. Not a smile. More like recognition. Tell me your plan, she said. So I did. Step by step. When I finished, she didn't speak for a few seconds. Then she opened her laptop. I'll need about an hour, she said. Keep them there. I nodded and walked back out. The restaurant felt different now. Quieter. Slower. Like everything was holding its breath. I walked over to Priya. Fresh bottle of wine for table 7, I said. And a cheese plate. She looked at me, confused for a second. Then she understood. Got it. Because this wasn't service anymore. This was strategy. I approached the table again. This time, I sat down. I appreciate you waiting, I said. That word. Appreciate. It cost me something. But I said it anyway. My father put his phone away. My mother looked at me with careful interest. Tyler was already halfway through his second glass. I want to understand, I said calmly. Tell me what happened. My father took the lead. Tyler invested in a property deal, he said. Dallas. It went bad. How bad? I asked. About $200,000, he replied. I let that number sit. Heavy. Real. He needs something stable, my father continued. Something with cash flow. My mother leaned forward slightly. This restaurant, she said softly. It can help him recover. And the 15%? I asked. It gives him credibility, my father answered. Collateral. Time to negotiate. I nodded slowly. And if his investors come after that stake? I asked. He waved his hand dismissively. That won't happen. You don't know that, I said. For a moment no one spoke. Then my mother reached for my hand. Her touch was gentle. Perfectly timed. Almost practiced. You've always been the strong one, she said. I almost smiled. Because I knew exactly what she was doing. Turning their absence into my strength. Rewriting history. Like it was a compliment. We depended on that, she continued. Maybe more than we should have. I nodded. Slowly. Can I ask something? I said. Of course, she replied. I looked straight at my father. When I was 19, I paused. The loan. A flicker. Small. But I saw it. I don't know what you mean, he said quickly. The $32,000, I continued. In my name. Silence. I'm not angry, I said calmly. That part surprised even me. I just want to know, are we being honest tonight? The table went completely still. Finally my mother spoke. That was a mistake, she said quietly. We were going to fix it. But you didn't, I replied. No one argued. No one denied it. That was enough. I leaned back slightly. Took a breath. Okay, I said. Let's do this properly. All three of them looked at me. Confused. Interested. Hopeful. I'll help Tyler, I said. And just like that, everything changed. Their shoulders relaxed. Their faces softened. They thought they had won. But they hadn't. Not even close. Let me get the paperwork, I added, standing up. I want to review everything before I sign. My father smiled. Satisfied. Take your time, he said. I walked back toward my office. Step by step. Slow. Controlled. And the moment I closed the door behind me, Diana looked up. 2 documents were already on the desk. "It's ready," she said. I stepped closer. And for the first time that night, I allowed myself a small smile. Because now, we weren't reacting anymore. We were in control. Diana slid the document toward me. "It's simple," she said calmly, "but powerful." I looked down at the pages. "This is not equity," she continued. "You're not giving him ownership." I glanced up. "It's a loan," she said. "A secured one." I stayed silent, letting her explain. "On paper, it looks like a partnership," she added. "Something his investors will accept. But legally," she paused, "it protects you." I felt something settle inside me. Control. Finally. "If his investors come after him," she continued, "they won't touch your restaurant." "What happens instead?" I asked. "They go after him," she said simply. "His personal assets." I nodded slowly. "And the recording?" I asked. She tapped the second file. "Completely legal," she said. "You just need him to admit what he did on record. The loan. The fraud. Everything." I took a deep breath. "I can still stop this," she added. "Call the police. End it clean." I shook my head. "No." She held my gaze for a second, then nodded. "Then go finish it." I fixed my posture in the mirror, relaxed my shoulders, softened my expression. Not angry, not strong, just tired. The perfect mask. When I walked back to table 7, I placed the folder down gently and sat. "I've been thinking," I said quietly. They leaned in. "Waiting." "You're right," I added. "I've always handled things alone." My mother's expression softened instantly. "Hooked." Exactly as expected. "So, I'll help Tyler." Relief. Visible. Immediate. But I wasn't done. "But I need to do it properly," I said. "For legal reasons." My father nodded. Of course he did. He thought he understood. "I just need to record this," I added casually, placing my phone on the table. Standard documentation. That wasn't entirely true. But it wasn't a lie either. No one questioned it. "Go ahead," my father said confidently. "Perfect." I pressed record. A small red light appeared. "I just need you to confirm," I said calmly. "This is a personal loan secured against Tyler's assets." Tyler shifted slightly, but said nothing. My father spoke instead. "Yes, that's correct." I nodded. "And the purpose?" I asked. "To cover his debt," he replied. "To give him stability." I smiled slightly. Then I added, "One more thing. Just for documentation." A pause. "The previous loan in my name." Silence. Thick. Uncomfortable. "You want that recorded?" he asked slowly. "It helps," I said. "It separates this from the past." I watched him carefully. This was the moment. The decision. Easy path or resistance. He chose easy. "There was a loan," he said. "Around $32,000. My chest felt tight, but my face stayed calm. "It was for family," he added. "Handled informally." That was enough. More than enough. "Thank you," I said softly. Then I pushed the document toward them. "Just sign here." Tyler hesitated for a second. "What does this part mean?" he asked, pointing at a clause. "Standard protection," I replied smoothly. "If you repay, it never matters." He looked at me, searching. I held his gaze. Soft. Tired. Safe. He signed. My father signed right after, without reading. My mother followed. Just like that. It was done. A second later, my phone buzzed. A message from Diana. Asset confirmed. House in his name. I picked up my phone and stopped the recording. Then I looked at them. All 3. "I need to tell you something," I said. My father frowned slightly. "The money," I continued. "I already sent it this morning." Relief flashed across their faces. Too soon. But not to his investors. Confusion. "What?" Tyler asked. I placed my phone on the table, screen facing them. "I bought the debt." Silence. "I paid them off," I said calmly. 60% of the total. Their expressions froze. "It means," I paused, "you don't owe them anymore." Tyler leaned forward. "Then who do I owe?" I looked straight at him. "Me." The word landed heavy. "Permanent." "The full amount," I added. "Legally secured, by what you just signed." My father's face went still. Cold. "And the recording?" I continued, looking at him. "You just confirmed you took a loan in my name." No one spoke. "That's fraud," I said quietly. I let that sit. "I'm not going to the police," I added. "Not tonight." My mother's voice cracked. Run, please. I didn't react. I looked at Tyler instead. I spent 2 years fixing what you all broke, I said. My credit. My life. Silence. I built this place alone, I continued. No help. No support. Nothing. Still nothing. I would have helped you, I said. That part was true. If you had just asked. Tyler looked down. Didn't argue. Didn't deny. Just quiet. The loan you signed, I continued, means I have a claim on your assets. His jaw tightened. I won't take your house, I said calmly. Relief again. Short-lived. But I will place a lien, I added. You'll pay monthly. Low interest. I stood up. This is a legal agreement, I said. You agreed to it. My father shook his head. This is wrong. No, I replied. This is balance. I picked up the folder. I'm going to ask you to leave now. No one moved. So I pressed the small button under the table. Silent. Hidden. Security would arrive soon. You can stay at a hotel, I added calmly. Still no response. I leaned slightly toward my father. Low voice. Only for him. I carried that debt for 9 years, I said. I'm done carrying yours. Then I turned and walked away. Straight back into the kitchen. The noise. The heat. The life I built. Mine. 6 weeks later, the lien was filed. No issues. No drama. Tyler started making payments. Small ones. But consistent. He never called. Not once. My father did. One voicemail. Talking about family. Fairness. I listened. Then deleted it. The restaurant grew. Better than ever. More staff. More bookings. More life. One day my mother texted. 4 words. I hope you're happy. I looked at it for a long moment. Then replied. I am. And I meant it.